Hello, good evening. This is Amelia, the Republican candidate for Senate District 40, which comprise of Brookhaven, Chamblee, Doraville, Dunwoody, and Peachtree corners. I welcome you to this second session for Sundays with Amelia for July, and I trust that you've had a great Sunday today. Success takes a village. I grew up in a village, and we believe that our success was due to the hands of everyone in the village coming together, putting things together, and also implementing and helping and supporting each other in a village. I believe the same concept can apply to Senate District 40. No matter how independent your job may be, or my job, I'm never truly working alone, and you are never truly working alone. And your individual commitment, my commitment, is only one part of the equation. So again, I'd say success takes a village. The question is, at this junction on July 14th today, are we ready to turn the page? Are we ready to turn the page? Building the energy and momentum necessary to drive and usher a reformed Senate District 40 into 2025. Last week, I mentioned that one of my top priorities will be to build peace and unity with a focus on tougher penalties for hate crimes. Related to that, I also shared on my stance with support to Israel, denouncing anti-Semitism, and a keen supporter of the law enforcement agencies and first responders. These are all related to the overarching call for public safety. Yesterday's terrible events were another reminder of the urgency for us as American citizens to build peace and unity for our country. I believe we must not allow evil to take over our good, God-given common sense. We must not allow our differing opinions and strategies to be driven by violence and unacceptable actions. Based on our American values and Christian values, I plead, let's continue to pray for peace and love for our country and for each other. Today, we'll be reflecting on our state budget, Georgia's budget, and the economic policies. Many of you would recall that Governor Brian Kemp on May 7th signed on what he called an historic $36.1 billion state budget, containing healthy raises for state employees and public school teachers. The government's proposed budget for fiscal 2025 highlights Governor Kemp's and his team's commitment to prioritize Georgia's families by using our tax dollars as efficiently as possible, reducing unnecessary government bureaucracy, meeting the obligations to local school systems, and keeping the state competitive by investing in the economy and workforce. Before I continue, I must say one thing. I have been in the last sessions, and even in this session and in future sessions, I have tried to speak very slowly because many of the audience and many of the voters, English is not their first language, and so am I. And just trying to take it slowly so that the messages coming through are clear in what I'm trying to get across. So for Governor Kemp and his team, the budget for 2025 is pretty much looking at an educated Georgia. looking at a safe Georgia, a growing Georgia, and also statewide changes and being a responsible and efficient government. I'm sure you and I would agree on those. Those are very common goals for the common goods. We want to see an efficient government. We want to also see a responsible government making the right and the appropriate decisions on your tax dollars and mine for the common good. In the event that I would be successful as your legislator, one of my major roles would be to provide an oversight and also look into the accountability role on the executive. So that is one of my main promises, is that I will do my best to provide that oversight on the budget and also the execution or the implementation of the state budget in 2025, and be able to report and also challenge certain things and be accountable to you as taxpayers and voters of Georgia. That is one of my roles. The 2025 fiscal budget takes effect on July 1st. And according to this budget, it represents an increase of about 3.7 billion over the fiscal year of 2024, which the General Assembly had adopted last spring. And it includes a record spending, and I want to emphasize a record spending on education and mental health, and also increased or significant increases for public safety. These are key areas of interest for every member of the community, every voter of Senate District 40. We want to see that spending is on the appropriate areas of education. Mental health is equally important, and also for public safety. Public safety, education, healthcare, and human service, housing, and much more. There is a good explanation of how the budget is going to be spent available on the internet, and I can also provide this on my website and also on social media. I think it's very important as a taxpayer, as a voter, to better understand the budget for 2025. At the household level, we are going through hard times, and times we don't know may be harder in 2025. And so we must keep an eye on the state of Georgia's priorities and the promises of the 2025 budget. Number two, how can you and I contribute to a better 2025? According to Governor Kemp and this budget, the promise is that they will not spend beyond their means. They will still want to meet their priorities that they've laid out for 2025. And they will still aim to cut taxes. So those are three main things of this budget. Stay within their means, stay within the budget, meet the priorities, and cut taxes. I think these are key areas that you and I need to monitor, and we need to keep a close scrutiny comes 2025. In terms of economic policies and development, this is very important for your legislator, and this is part of your legislator's role to be able to maintain rapport with you as taxpayers and as voters on how the economy is moving in terms of the budget and what are new developments and what can we contribute as legislators in terms of legislations to maintain the incentives and economic development policies that have worked to create jobs. We need more jobs. We need jobs to keep us going, keep our economy growing, and also to incentivize those that provide jobs in our societies. And also, of course, last but not least, to provide sustainable economic growth for Georgia. So it does lead to questions of what other kind of considerations as a legislator should be working with the community, key businesses, the engine of any economy, the small businesses, also the large businesses, and the regulations that is keeping them moving, and of course, the tax rates. So it does point to really working hard to identify those areas. It may be a matter of reworking of incentives to create a fairer playing field for small businesses, small farms. And so it does provide that role for your legislator to be really working with key people in the society, in the community, not only at county level, but also at district level and at state level here in Georgia, to support legislations that allows, and that is very important, we want to see that free market principles work freely from government interventions for a robust economy. So I am making that pledge that I will be reaching out, networking with the appropriate authorities to look at what are those legislations that are much needed that will allow, enable, and create an enabling environment for free market principles to work freely for a robust economy for Georgia. These issues are very important, and we consider this as the effective ways for building a stronger economy for our district, Senate District 40, and of course for the rest of Georgia. So I would ask you as not only as a member of the District 40, but also as a voter, but also as an expert. You have ideas in this area, please reach out to me, and we will see what needs to be done in terms of policies and legislations that requires building a stronger economic base and economic development for Georgia. My top priority list includes cooperating with the Chamber of Commerce, working also and cooperating, reaching out to the Atlanta Regional Commissions, the counties, the councils, the CEOs, and other key expert groups in the district and also in the counties and stakeholders. And of course, connecting with the Georgia GOP caucus leaders, across the aisle in building and identifying legislations for key economic development and for the next session in 2025. I just wanted to repeat that. It is, the bottom line is a key promise from myself of working together, looking at a priority list of areas that requires policies and also legislations, and cooperating with the appropriate authorities, Chamber of Commerce, regional commissions, county councils and CEOs and other groups to identify these legislations for the next session. In this regard, I would really reach out to you. Please send me an email. I have received 1 or 2 emails from people who have provided me with advice, insights into what needs to be done. I do welcome and encourage your advice in this area. In closing today's session, I would like to just reiterate my plea from our last session. In this time of much disagreements, much division that is going on, not only at the national level, but also at the regional and state and county level, I plead that we look beyond these differences. We look beyond these and carry ourselves beyond these with our American values of freedom, of liberty, of justice. Come together and unite to build our country, to build our state and our districts and communities. We cannot continue the way we see things happening as of yesterday and whatever has been happening in your neighborhood. I really encourage us to trust our good common sense and use those to build better people, better communities, also our state and our nation. We want to see America moving forward to be a better America and be proud Americans as we prosper and build our country to be a greater nation for the rest of this year. And also we look forward to 2025. I wish to say that may God give us the wisdom, the directions as responsible citizens as we continue this journey to November 5th. I wish you a very good week in this new week, and be safe, be healthy, and be a proud American of the common shared values that we are all proud of as American citizens. Thank you.